when we're talking about this program and we're talking about, going beyond dispensing, right? Going beyond the script as the podcast alludes to, what are the opportunities within our own systems that we can run these reports, we can evaluate our own data that is so powerful, so meaningful, and that it has even greater meaning because we know those patients, right? We know the folks that are coming through the door. So when we read a report, it's not just, a faceless name that we're trying to apply a generic standard of we're going to do X, Y, and Z. It's customized care to meet those patients' needs, right? To get them to where they need to be. And so that's what's really exciting about this is we have this program that we've been working on and that we're hoping to launch with pharmacies across the country to where whether that patient, we meet them at their home, whether that patient is coming in and we can get them on our digital or our mobile tablet. So we have a tablet that's kind of in kiosk mode in one of our wellness rooms where
Oh,
the patient
nice.
can come in. And if we identify them and we feel they have a need or if they're available and we can get the referral from the provider, because remember, a lot of our patients that are coming through are patients that are right next door. So we can refer them pretty quickly into the program and they can be seen same day by our physiatrist to be able to get a care plan or what we call a game plan in place to make sure that that patient doesn't get worse or that there's a plan in place to evaluate fall risk, to evaluate mobility, to evaluate cognitive decline for that patient. And by taking care of these patients in a more holistic approach, their A1Cs are going to get better. They're, going to have better adherence and compliance with their medications because now they're less worried about falling. They're doing exercises to improve their memory. We're getting them to walk 5,000 steps a day, right? We're getting them on a teletrainer, and the problem that we see a lot of times, Will, with a lot of these patients is it's accountability. I'm
Yeah.
not telling anybody here anything that these patients haven't already heard. I am not spitting new knowledge that you need to exercise as an elderly patient, right?
Well, it just makes sense if you think about it. You have a patient who's struggling to the point that they end up hospitalized, and you put them in this really great environment where their diet is accounted for, their medications are administered, their standing orders for all of the things they should be doing, right? And then once they're nursed back to health, you release them back into the environment that brought them there with no, additional care. And on top of that, there's, the challenges of transition of care that are introduced into the original scenario. So it gets really complex. And as a payer, you got to say, man, there's got to be a more a more economical way to help this patient than to nurse them back to health and then send them back home.